Right, I can tell some sadness or some frustration in Church's voice tonight. So, Church, tell me all about it. What's going on with you today?
I mean, I'm doing okay personally. It's a very frustrating day in the markets. I mean, some of it is my fault. I'll take some personal responsibility. A lot of it also has a lot to do with this just constant back and forth going on in the government and with Jerome Powell and the Fed. It's becoming extremely frustrating because they're scrambling around just using fuzzy language, crazy language, like they're going to endure pain. I mean, it's just the wording they use. And we all know that human beings are irrational creatures and they're going to react to every little thing that you say without much clarity.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm down 15%. I haven't even lost this much money when COVID started. That's why I'm extremely frustrated because it seems like these issues aren't getting any better. They're only getting worse.
Do you know, I'm right with you. I feel your pain exactly. I mean, you know, I'll share with everybody as I've done over and over again. You know, I'll share. Look, my all-time position. I'm down all-time position now. Look, $21,000. It just keeps on getting worse. You have a green day. You think, okay, I've bought the dip. Finally, we'll start getting up, and then it goes back down again. And like you say, we get one direction from Jerome Powell, and the next minute it's a complete flip-flop and it's the other way. Like you say, it's bringing out the worst of human behavior. You know, there's no clarity, there's no direction. Suddenly everybody reacts, everyone sells out, everyone buys in. It's every man for himself. Everyone's running around like crazy. This is why I set this channel up to try to, you know, level it out. But I'm just a small channel. I have hardly any power over it at all. But it's hard, mate, isn't it? You know, you're investing. You've always taught to invest.
You've been a great help.
Sorry?
You've been a great help also.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, I cut you off.
You've been a great help as well, Martyn. I just wanted to put that out there. I think all the information that you're putting out is going to be very helpful. The only issue here is, Martyn, that I'm sure you're aware of, is that a lot of people aren't going to be as logical as our family. We're a very small minority in the market. A lot of them are just, you know, I always use the word trend. A lot of them are just following the trend. They're just going off of what everyone else is doing and what everyone else is saying, instead of just using their own logical, their own logical sense and kind of using their own head on their own better judgment. So I do want to say you're still making an impact. I don't care how small, how big you are. It's a big help. It's keeping me level-headed, but it's just tough when you doubled your money in 3 months and you're doing everything fiscally right, and then you just wake up one day and then it's all gone.
Yeah, I know, mate. I think before you joined the show, I was margin called and I was in tears, and all the family were donating super chats to me to make me feel better, and it was bloody awful. I was losing money, and now it's happening again. You know, I've risen up a little while and I've been buying the dips, and now it's happening again, and you just think, I just can't get 20, 30, 40. You like to think if you could get 50, 60% up from where you originally started, then no matter what happens, you'll always be up. That's what I'm kind of trying to get to, you know? If I'm up 50, 60%, and then we have a really bad day, or we have a war, or we have a pandemic, or we have inflation, and I drop 20%, I just go, all right. I'm up. And over time, in 20 years, I retire, or 10 years, and I'm up. But I just can't seem to get up. So I know how you feel. You're up one day, you're doing all the right things, you're buying the great companies, you're doing your investments, and then suddenly everyone sells out from underneath you and it all goes down to nothing. Bloody frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very hard to decide which way you want to go. I'll throw in some put options when I feel like the market is being bearish, as it has been for most part, and then we'll have that 1 week like we did a couple of weeks back where seems like we were climbing out of this.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. I mean, I do a lot of call options, a lot of put options, so I understand the risk that I'm taking.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's very hard to balance out your regular portfolio like what we do with Space. They're making Space seem like it's a failing stock. It just seems like it's a falling knife when behind closed doors, it's not a falling knife.
No.
It's just being manipulated.
I know. It's like we've always said, and everyone, I'm going to say it again, really you need to take this take this in, right? This is the stock price on the screen that people are paying. Virgin Galactic is just one example of a great company. Whether you like the company or not, whether you want to go into space or not, is irrelevant. It's a great company. It's not a penny stock, and we're only 99 cents away from being a penny stock. Startup nobody. It's not. It's a good company. And all that's happening now, people are getting together on Reddit and Twitter and everything else, and they're dumping the stock. And they're just driving it down. And at the end of the day, though, it presents you with the opportunity to buy it. I mean, I bought Virgin Galactic at $35 once upon a time. My only wish, if I could, but we can all wish like this. I wish I'd come into the market. This was day one of the market. I just come in today with my money, and I was buying all the stocks where they are now. Wouldn't it be great? But we can't do that, I'm afraid. But you can buy these dips, and this is where the argument for what Warren Buffett says, just buy the company. I listened to Warren Buffett last night for about an hour after the show, and he was saying that he never looks at the stock price. He doesn't care if it goes up or it goes down. It goes down. He's bought the company. He buys Virgin Galactic or Microsoft, or as it was. He didn't buy Microsoft, but he's bought companies he believes in. And one day he knows those companies are going to be bigger than they are today. And in 20, 30 years from now, he's got a much better position. And we should probably, do more of that, but that's not how people work, is it? Everyone's up and down, every in and out. And it's a very tough world, and it's hard, and it makes you feel sick sometimes, but as long as you haven't sold out, I don't know what your situation is, but obviously if you sell out, then the money's gone, isn't it? If you walk away, the money's gone. But if you remain in the stock, it'll bounce back up again, and then you'll be okay. I mean, what is your position right now?
Well, I actually sold off all my contracts.
Okay. For a loss or a profit?
I kept my stocks. Some were profit and some were losses. I'm talking 40%, 50% losses. At that point, I was like, I'm just going to write it off.
Yeah.
But my regular positions like space, I'm in EA, Electronic Arts, which they're actually doing very well today based off of speculation that Amazon and a lot of other companies are going to buy them. So that's something to look forward to. I pretty much took some of the liquid that I had left from the losses, and I kind of dumped them into these high dividend stocks like Johnson & Johnson. I did go ahead and buy the dip again on Salesforce, as I was talking about yesterday. And space, I've even bought some more space at $5.97 earlier. So, I just feel like I'm chasing a falling knife, but I'm just going to keep waking up in the morning and being hopeful that chasing a stock down is going to pay off in the end.
The thing is, right? You don't chase a stock when it's going up because it's running. You should already be in it. I don't think you should chase a stock when it's going up. But if you have done your research, and you sound like the sort of person that has, you've decided you like Virgin Galactic, you've decided you like Salesforce, you know what you're buying. When the stock price is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, I'm sorry, but you'd be an idiot if you didn't buy it when it was going down. Because if you liked it at $7, why would you not like it at $5? And eventually, if you were right and the company was good, and you've got to believe you're right, otherwise why would you be doing anything if you're just thinking you're doing everything wrong? What the hell are we doing here, right? If you believe in the company, you should be buying it when it's going down. But obviously, we all run out of money. We all use margin. We all get over margined, and then we've run out of money. You can't keep buying it forever and ever and ever. But at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing. And I just want to thank Market Profit, who timed out Arnold for being insensitive. We are a family, right? Everyone is entitled to their opinion, right? But people get real pain on this show. I've sat here and lost 20. I'm down 20 grand. It hurts, right? And obviously our friend Church here is having a hard day. No matter whether it is his fault or no fault or fault of somebody else, if someone is in pain and having a hard day, our job more than anything else is to support people, never to have a go and take the piss and have a laugh. That's not what this family's about. And thank you, Market Profit, for timing him out. We don't want that, because one day, Arnold, you'll lose all your money and you'll wish we all supported you. So don't be disrespectful to people's emotions. It's not very nice. Anyway, so where are you going from here, Church? What are you doing now?
Pretty much what I'm doing here. I mean, I just wanted to throw something out there really quickly, that many people out here who's watching, what's a lot of money to some is little, and what's little to a lot to some is a lot for some. So in other words, losing $2,000 to me it's horrible, because I don't make a lot of money. I make enough to live. I'm grateful. But when I see I'm down $2,500 in less than 2 weeks, I mean, it hurts. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and play conservative again. I'm not going to get aggressive with call options and put options. I'm not going to sit here and try and time the market or try and time when things will get better. And some of my calls were long calls. I mean, some of these call options don't expire until 2023, but I don't have the risk tolerance to sit and wait for things to get better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit there, be conservative, just keep nibbling a little bit at these high dividend stocks. I'm talking about proven companies like CSX, Space, and, just every now and then just nibble in and nibble out. That's it.
Well, you raise a good point there. This is why I don't options trade, right? I've explained it like that. And that's not saying I'm right and you're wrong or whatever. I don't options trade for the simple reason I can't predict. And I can't predict anything, because at the end of the day, it's down to people suddenly making statements like Jerome Powell today, or everybody selling out, and I can't control that. I know it's going to happen. I know we're going to fly up, we're going to fly down, but I can't say when. Neither can anyone. If anyone can come on here and tell us when they can time the market, let us know, because you'd be our best friend. Nobody can, all right? And the thing with options is that's what you have to do. You have to pick a price, pick a date, and take a chance. And I just haven't got the stomach for that. I know you can make more money doing that. You don't have to put so much money in to do it. I get the whole premise of it. But what you don't want to do, and I've learned this from doing this show now, is go from one extreme to the other. Balance is everything, right? We had Rob Brennan, and he won't mind me saying, because he shared the story with everybody after the fact. It took him a couple of days to do it. But Rob Brennan lost $30,000 in a few moments on Virgin Galactic, because he went all in on margin. It was on a margin call, and it was all on one stock. All his money was on one stock. And if it went down by about 5%, it would close the position, sell it from underneath him. He's lost 30 grand. And he hoped it wouldn't do that. I didn't know he was doing that, because I would have said that's you shouldn't be doing that on earnings, because it could go 5% down and then go up 10. And as it happened, it did. It went down 5, then up 7, and he would have still been in, right? But margin doesn't care about that. If all your money's on one thing and it goes below and it sells, and you've got, you haven't got other stocks balancing it out, you just got all your money on one. And that's what he did. And then he turned around and said, right, that's it. I'm done with margin. I'm done with this. I'm done with that. He went from one end to the other. Now, I got margin called. So that doesn't mean to say, that's it. I'm done. Never using it again. I think we have to learn from your mistakes, if they are mistakes. And they're not always mistakes. They're just, a bad bit of bad luck. I mean, if Jerome Powell had said if Jerome Powell was your best mate, Church, and he had a little chat with you before the announcement, and he told you, he knew your situation. He said, all right, I'll just say something slightly different, because I can always change my mind tomorrow. The markets would have gone up today, and everybody would have made a load of money, right? And you can't predict what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, don't do a knee-jerk reaction and say, that's it, I'm done with options, I'm not doing this, I'm only going to buy Rio Tinto from now on, and that's it. But, that's why ultimately we need Virgin Galactic in our stock. Market Profit doesn't. He's got money. He can now just put all his money in the S&P 500, and he'll make a dividend, and it's safe. But when you're younger and you're like probably the same as me, Church, I mean, my income is on YouTube. I earn about $10 a day. I mean, that's my income. Everyone knows it. This is what I do, right? All my savings is here, and that's it, right? we have to invest in high risk stocks. We can't just put our money in S&P 500 because it'll never grow enough.
Exactly.
Not a chance. I've only got 10 years to retire. There's no way. I've got to buy Virgin Galactic. I've got to have a stock that'll do 200, 300, 400%. Then I can be the big wise owl and go, there you go. I'm the sensible bloke. I know what I'm doing. I sell all my Virgin Galactic and I buy the S&P 500 and I sit here with my 10%, 20%, my dividends. Look at me, aren't I clever? I'm not clever. I'm just older and further down the line. And we're all on a cycle. You've got Caden coming in, doing anything. He can afford to do anything. He's 17. He can go bankrupt half a dozen times and still be all right. We've got me and you in the middle, right? We need some risk because we've got to make it up. We've got to make it up. And then you got market profit at the end, loads of money. He can be sensible because he's already made his money. It's not because he's smarter than you or we're smarter than Caden. We're all on a different cycle and we'll all get there in the end and we all go through the same pain and we all get destroyed and feel shit. But hopefully we're all here to help everybody.
Exactly. And, big credit to everybody out there. Whatever your situation is, we're handling our business every day. It's not like I'm giving up. It's not like anyone here is going to give up. I'm still going to invest. I'm still very enthusiastic about the market. I do believe things will turn around eventually, but I don't think it's going to turn around as fast as I would like it to. And that's the reality that I have to face now today, is that we're still a long way from going bullish again. We're gonna have to weather this storm another year, it looks like, or even longer.
Yeah.
Before
but you know what?
we start to see things.
You absolutely right. But you know what? If I sold, and let's put it up on the screen right now, if I sold my entire portfolio right now, cleared everything away, I'll bring it on the screen. There it is. We sold everything right now. I've got 39 grand, right? Clear all away everything, pay everything off, everything's done. I've got 39 grand. I'll put my $39,000 with my 2,000, which I've got to pay the bills, in the bank. So I've got 41 grand. I'm now going to earn what? 0.5%? 1% a year APR in the bank? That's it. So if I'm lucky with my $10 a day on YouTube, in 10 years time, I might have 60 grand. Well, that's not much of a pension, is it? So we have no choice. So we might as well carry on investing, putting our money in the market, because I can guarantee one thing. If we stay out of the market, and market profit can do that because he's got money in his hand, it's different ball game for him. He's told us he's got a really high interest rate because he's got, a lot of money in a very high interest account. And that's, when you have a few million bucks in the bank, you get high interest rates. But me and you, Church, we're going to earn about $10 a year on our savings. So we have to be in the market. So we're not greedy. We're not stupid. We're not reckless. We're investing in our futures, which is a damn sight better than the people are outside just drinking it, smoking it up, pissing it up against a wall. We are doing what we can. We are doing what we can to benefit ourselves for the future. And we should be in the markets, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up too much when the markets go down a little bit. It ain't our fault. We've just got to keep on going. That's the game we're playing.
Well said, Martin. And I thank you again for giving me a platform every time. This really helps. It's a big deal. And I look forward to still tuning in every day. And hopefully we'll see some green next week.
Yeah. Look at it as an opportunity. Look at Virgin Galactic right now. I'm telling you, I'm as sure as I can be sure, knowing what I know about Sir Richard Branson, knowing what I know about the Virgin brand, the company, this stock could go a bit lower. Nothing to stop it going lower, but it isn't going to run out of money. It isn't going to go bankrupt. So it's as virtually as low as it can go. And think of it this way. The upside to 598, work it out. The upside to this stock is astronomical. So here we are with the opportunity to buy Virgin Galactic or any other stocks on that basis at the big, right at the beginning of their cycle, if you like. And we just got to hold on, keep supporting each other, keep doing the right thing. and we'll get through it. We'll get through it, mate. Whether we got no money or not, mate, we've got each other's company and we've got each other geeing each other up. Well, that's got to be worth something, innit?
Oh, absolutely. That's priceless. No one can put a price on a
There you
family
go.
and great relationships.
There you go. Hey, Church, it's lovely to have you on the show, and appreciate it. You go safe, and we've all got your back. And if anyone hasn't, I boot them off the show. We're not interested. Church, you be all right, and stick with us, mate. All right.
You too, Martyn. Thanks a lot, and good luck to everybody else.
Nice one. There's Church of Logic calling in today on the show, and I felt every part of that. You could tell in his voice, and when he came on last time, he actually came on via camera, so you can appreciate he's feeling a bit down, and I know because I've been there. I'm feeling like it now, not as bad as before, but it could easily get there again.